Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar. Then we'll run through the UKMO Operational Run, have a look at the precipitation and temperature over the next 5 days. It is looking like we're going through an unsettled period with some precipitation in the form of some heavy widespread showers as well. We've got precipitation around today and it will continue throughout this week. Then we'll have a look at the longer term, looking at the GFS, GM, ECMWF and the ensembles as this continued trend of high pressure building in for the end of the month is continuing, and we are looking likely to be turning drier once again. However, as I've said in the past few videos, there's been a lot of uncertainty with the upper air temperatures, the air masses and wind directions from the orientation of the high pressure system. However, it does look like today a lot more models are converging on a cooler sort of scenario, more of a northerly or northeasterly wind, which wouldn't be completely horrible, but it would mean it's still a little bit nippy, especially in the north and east, and could keep those temperatures down from being low 20s if it was more of a westerly or southerly sort of flow. But northeasterly flow, even though we are heading into summer months now, can still be a little bit chilly, as we'll see towards the second half of the video. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. So if you do look on the live radar, you can see a very unsettled picture across much of Western Europe. So we still have quite a lot of hot air in near continents, but we have this cooler low pressure system pushing through the UK, and that's why you can see this big massive rain in Netherlands, Belgium, Germany and France. We've got low pressure with much cooler air, showers pushing into the United Kingdom, but in the near continent, engaging with that hot air, the instability from the low pressure, we're seeing big thunderstorms take off through widespread parts, Austria, Germany, all the way into Netherlands, Belgium, France, Luxembourg, down to Switzerland, and I said Italy as well. So big storms breaking out there, but it is because this hot air is getting swept away by low pressure, and you'll see a lot more showery regime for the UK. Now, this persistent band in the North Sea did pass through the southeast of England earlier today, and behind it we've just got a lot of showers pushing in, not wet everywhere, but quite generally cloudy, and some heavier showers pushing through Ireland into parts of Wales, southwest England as well. It is going to take a hit on those temperatures, and you can see it across Scotland as well. Showers around. So if we do have a look at those temperatures as of 5 p.m, so temperatures starting to dip, you can see there's not that much warmth really around. The best conditions, this slither through the East Midlands, down through central southern England into the London area, basically where we are ahead of the showers in the west, but also into clearer skies, not as much thicker cloud and precipitation, which is further eastwards, just offshore. So that tiny slither there, seeing temperatures getting up into the high teens, but elsewhere widely in the mid to low teens, more blues mixing in. But as I said, across the near continent, you can still a lot of warmth there, not massively hot because a lot of the showers, storms bring a lot of cloud, keeping those temperatures down, but the actual upper air temperatures, the energy in the atmosphere is still particularly high, but it will be reducing over the coming days as cooler air does sweep in. Not quite as cool as we're going to reach the UK, but generally cooler air than what we've had recently. So if you do have a look at the UKMO Operational Run, have a look at the precipitation and temperature over the next 5 days, you can see that heavier precipitation that pushed through the southeast earlier today, and the widespread showers that are pushing through as I speak. And for this evening, heavier rain potentially bulking up towards the southeast before rush hour tomorrow should have cleared, but then we're just going to heavy shower regime. Could be some thundery showers within that. You see some reds mixing in, and it is widespread scattered showers. All areas have a risk of some showers tomorrow morning and into the afternoon as well, before they do slowly degrade away from the west. It does look like we'll be seeing more weather fronts push in through early hours of Wednesday. Again, nothing too crazy in terms of intensity, but quite a wide band of thick cloud and on and off light to moderate rain. Behind that, more showers pushing through Wednesday afternoon. Some sunshine here and there, so it's not going to be complete avoidance of any nice weather, just always going to have the risk of showers and cooler upper air conditions. Through Thursday, we still have some warm air trying to push up from the south, combining with some very cool air quite cold air really for this time of year in the north, and we see this big weather front push through, and we generally could see a little bit of winteriness over the higher ground. As I said, very cold air for this time of year across Scotland, but elsewhere in the south, generally just cloudy. And you can see right towards Friday and Saturday, you see shower risk decreasing from the south, and this is because high pressure is building in. Now, if we do have a look at the 850 HP temperatures, you can see at the moment that warm air is getting swept away from the southeast, and we stay generally in and around average to slightly below average air mass over this coming week. However, you can see right towards Thursday we start to push up a warmer air mass with that higher pressure. Cold still in the north with -3 degree isotherm pushing in, so real chilly for this time of year. But that warmer air does take over for all by Saturday. But you can see that cold air lingering in the North Sea. And with that high pressure building further westwards, we'll see a north or northeasterly flow bringing this cooler air back on shore, bringing the chilliest conditions further northwards and eastwards over the next week or two. Again, uncertainty still with that, but we are seeing more consistency perhaps towards the end of the month for cooler than average conditions in the north and the east. So if we do finally for the UK Met Office, we'll have a look at the 2 metre temperatures. Now you can see today, this afternoon, temperatures peaking in that slither across eastern England of 17-18 degrees. Elsewhere, more likely 13 or 14 degrees. Into tomorrow, you can see temperatures rising once again, perhaps to 16-17 degrees, but nothing too crazy, generally around average. Many areas a little bit cooler than that. And by Wednesday, you see those temperatures once again rising to around 17, 18, maybe 19 degrees across parts of the Midlands, West Midlands as well, but widely once again 13, 14, 15 degrees. And by Thursday afternoon, could be seeing even higher temperatures in the southeast, 20, 21 degrees, maybe even slightly higher than that because we have that waft of warmer air. Just shows you what just a tad of warm air from the south or southwest can do. Further northwards, much chillier. And by Friday, again, could be another nice day, 20, 21 degrees, as the high pressure does build in. But as I said, if that high pressure pushes northwards and westwards, like most of the models are taking it around day 7, we would be turning those temperatures cooler, even though it would be much, much drier. So we now have a look at the GFS, see what that is showing over the next couple of weeks. It's the 6 o'clock run. You can see low pressure pushing in at the moment, taking over most of northwest Europe, turning things a little bit more unsettled and chillier. We continue with this westerly flow all the way to the end of the week before high pressure builds back in, and you can see initially through Saturday and Sunday high pressures over the top of the UK. Light winds would be warmer conditions. However, as we head towards the next working week, in a week's time, we do start to put in more of a northeasterly flow. Initially not crazy in terms of cold, but it's generally a northeasterly flow, and this GFS run is on the milder end of the spectrum, not quite getting as much cooler air masses in, but right towards the end of the run we are starting to pull in chillier air masses. Wherever you've seen those greens, that's a little bit more unstable air, also accompanied by some colder air as well. Now if we do run it back to have a look at the 850 HPA temperatures, you can see warmer in the south over this next few days, but cooler in the north, but still generally cooler than what we've had recently. As the high pressure builds in, warmer air takes over for all, but eventually we do start to put in a bit of an easterly flow, a little bit chillier, and right towards the end of the run, some greens mixing in there. But as I said, this GFS run is on the warmer end of the ensembles. Now if we do have a look at the GM, see how that does compare. Again, a westerly flow the next few days, high pressure building in, and you can see quickly turning into a north to northeasterly wind in around a week's time. Much faster than the GFS does it, and it is turning chilly with quite a brisk easterly wind. This would be bitterly cold and snowy if it were about 3 or 4 months earlier. But being in end of May, early June, it's not going to be crazy cold, but it's going to be chilly. Look at those upper air conditions. Yes, it's not crazy cold, but it's down towards freezing at 850 HPA, dropping those temperatures down. And if we do have a look at the temperature deviation, you can see blues pushing in, down to 4 to 6 degrees below average. So even though it doesn't look amazingly cold on the charts for the upper air temperatures, for average conditions, it is well below average, and it will give temperatures perhaps in around 15 to 18 degrees, which isn't too bad on paper, but with an easterly flow along the north and eastern coasts, it's going to feel a lot chillier, some low cloud, drizzle, so best conditions most likely to be in the west and the south. Again, as I said, if this high pressure was slightly further eastwards with more stagnant flow, it'd mean those temperatures wouldn't be 17, 18 degrees with a bit of a nippy easterly breeze. It would more likely be 20 to 25 degrees with a warm sunshine. So these are the slight differences we can see with just a slight alteration in the upper air conditions, upper air masses, and the orientation of the higher pressure. So we do now have a look at the ECMWF, see how that does compare. Again, westerly winds over the next couple of days, high pressure building in, and we do see that north to northeasterly flow. Proper wintry chart here, but as I said, not giving anything too cold. Generally below average, and you can see right to the end of the run, actually getting pretty chilly air masses in from the north, proper blocking up towards Greenland, and this ECMWF run would be so close to being amazing, but it would actually be not great, with cooler air in from the north and the east, as I said, would hold those temperatures down in the northern and eastern edges of the country. We'd see a widespread easterly or northeasterly breeze, and again, that would bring a nip to the air, even if the sunshine comes out, and even if those temperatures in the day get up towards 17-18 degrees, which is around average, it will feel pretty nippy. And if we do have a look at those 850 HPA temperatures, you can see that 0 degree isotherm pushing in, always getting warmed up, because as it spreads southwards, it's going to get warmed up by the sunshine, as of course we are heading towards sort of peak hours of the year, or peak daylight hours. And you can see right towards the end of the run, we actually do pull in a very chilly air mass, potentially the -5 line, getting into parts of Scotland before warming up. Very chilly indeed. Again, look at those upper air temperatures in terms of temperature deviation. You can see below average, 4 to 6 degrees below average, maybe even colder than that in the longer term. Maybe 6 to 8 degrees below average. Real chill to the air here. Again, wouldn't give anything too drastic, but it would hold those temperatures back. With high pressure this time of year, a lot of the time, it will produce warm sunshine. Nothing massively hot unless we do get a real warm southerly airflow, but it generally does provide decent warm conditions, t-shirts and shorts weather into the low 20s, but that's not what we're going to be seeing from this high pressure system, just because of its slight shift northwards and westwards, with its orientation beginning a north or easterly flow. Now, if we do finish by having a look at the ensembles, you can see this well reflected. Chilly over the next day or two, returning to above average slightly for a day or so at the end of this working week, Thursday, Friday time, before returning below average for next week throughout the last 5 days of May. Chilly in around that 0 degree line. You can see the GFS Operational Run was one of the warmer outliers. Yes, the ensemble members do recover, so around the 1st or 2nd of June we recover to around average and stay around, maybe slightly above or below average at times, and precipitation signal does increase. But there isn't a lot of precipitation coming up. Beyond the next couple of days, there's not much precipitation coming beyond sort of Thursday, Friday time for many in the south. Some precipitation spikes, because of course with the north or easterly flow, there's always going to be a few showers drifting in off the North Sea, and maybe some little systems as well. But we'll have to keep an eye on that near the time. But you can see generally pretty chilly. Now, the sea level pressure is quite high. Towards the end of this month, we're getting to around 1,025, 1,030 millibars. So high pressure, so it's going to be, as I said, generally dry, but on the chilly end of the spectrum. And look at those temperatures, 2 meter temperatures. You can see, as we head towards the last few days of May, these temperatures dropping down more towards 15, 16 degrees. Yes, the ensemble members do sometimes underdo temperatures a little bit. So in sunshine, that's 15, 16 degrees, could be 18 degrees. But with thicker cloud and drizzle, could even be lower than that. Could be 12, 13 degrees. Could be quite a chilly week next week, depending on your exact location. We can see massive temperature shifts in very close proximity. Along the east coast, could be 10, 12 degrees. You come 50 miles inland, and it could be 18, 19 degrees. So that is something we do need to keep an eye on. And again, all depends on the exact wind direction and flow. And also, if we do have a look at the 2 meter dew points, you can see again dropping drastically next week down towards sort of 3-4 degrees. Nothing massively cold, but chilly for this time of year, considering the dew points over the next week or so, or next 5 days, are generally going to be around 5 to 10 degrees. So definitely a shift in air masses. If we do finish by just comparing it to the ECMWF ensembles for 850 HPA temperature and precipitation, you can see again chilly over the next couple of days, returning to above average for the end of this working week, into the weekend, and then the start of next week. In around the 29th, 30th of May, we see those temperatures drop well below average by a few degrees, quite chilly for a good 3, 4, 5 days. Minimal precipitation, of course, because of high pressure, but there could be some isolated showers here or there after Thursday, Friday, but not too much. And then right towards the end of the run, try to return to average, but still quite a few ensemble members staying around or below average. So it does look like high pressure could be locked in for the longer term, or at least high pressure in control. But as we saw with those operational runs, it's likely we do see smaller low pressure systems maybe run down the east coast. So that is something we do need to keep an eye on. But it does look generally dry over the next couple of weeks after the next sort of 3 or 4 days, of course, once we get all the showers and precipitation out of the way from this brief westerly phase. But it does look like it's looking chilly. So yes, what we were looking at a couple of days ago with high pressure building in, potentially for some warmer weather, we got half of it right. Definitely high pressure building in, but that warmer potential is diminishing with that high pressure looking like it's positioning northwards and westwards than we initially anticipated a few days ago, giving chillier conditions. Nothing crazy bad though, I must emphasise that. It's not going to be disgusting out there, it's not going to be horrible. I think people would much rather high pressure with a north or northeasterly flow than warm southwesterly winds, humid conditions, but lots of heavy rain. So yes, we're not getting warm sunshine for the end of May, start of June, but it's going to be hopefully some sunshine, but very dry as well, but slightly on the chilly end of the spectrum. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.